welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Cambo Campbell.
Hey Nelson, what's up?
Cambo, I'm annoyed.
Already?
Yeah.
Is this something I've done?
Obviously. No, not really. No, this is what... I mean, not at all. Just you kind of just being around.
Right.
You know, it's just like a constant annoyance. And so I guess whenever I'm annoyed, it just adds on that little bit more.
You're annoyed and then I'm around. And it just doesn't help your annoyance.
Yeah. It's like, how are you helping this right now? And you never are. I'm just really annoyed. This is not really going to entertain anybody at all.
Not cool.
So disclaimer.
Well, it's glad you put it right at the top of the podcast, Nelson.
Yeah.
Where people that might be trialing the show,
like,
they can tune out immediately.
They're like, I like Reddit. I'll give this podcast a go.
First up, here's something that won't interest anyone. No, thank you. I gave it a go.
But I'm annoyed and so I need a vent.
Okay.
So this is how I do it. I hold in everything I've got until once a week where
you're
I can let it all out.
This is your version of shouting into the void.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Everyone excuse Nelson why he takes up your valuable time and mine venting about whatever this is.
Exactly. I was on the way home.
Yep.
And ran into a bit of roadworks.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, bugger, that's annoying. But hey, guts to do the roadworks.
Sure.
Okay? It's the greater good, the long-term investment is better, right?
Yeah,
I understand that. This is blocking off quite a main road. A lot of cars go down this road. And then, so I was taking a little while to like turn the corner where I needed to turn. And I eventually, so I kind of, was turning. I didn't have to detour at all. I could just turn, but at that point was where the cut off, so nobody could go straight. So everybody was turning where I usually turn, right? Sure. So I was doing that, and then go down the road like another 100 meters or so, and the road that I'm now currently on is even busier, bigger road.
Sure.
Crazy, lots of traffic all the time, constantly.
Uh-huh.
And they've also got roadworks on this part blocking the entire forward direction. Everybody had to turn off again, and it just really annoyed me.
Is this relatively close to our house?
No, it's pretty far off.
Okay, right. I had something similar, and the road outside our house was one that was just blocked off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but my problem was that the roadworks were not connected in any way. The two different versions were separate. Yeah. And so one by itself would have been okay, but it was funneling traffic from one area and into
so it was taking people from one roadwork and funneling them into another roadwork.
Into another roadwork. So then everybody was funneling into this detour to go down this massive roundabout way to get where they're going. It took me so long.
It did take you a while to get
going.
home.
Yeah, over an hour. Oh. So annoying. Who's planning these things?
A council somewhere.
Yeah, bloody council, am I
right? You were right. Very uninteresting.
Yeah, not relevant to anybody. Just people can relate to that. Hey, traffic sucks, am I right?
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna be started on roadworks. I already told the roadworks.
And city council.
Yeah.
The trifecta.
And taxes. Oh, actually, we were just talking about taxes before the show started.
We were, yeah. Maybe it was on the mind.
Yeah, maybe. We could just talk about this sort of mundane stuff the whole episode.
Listener,
what do you reckon?
I know that you've signed in because you love Reddit. Do you want to listen to us talk about Reddit or just roadwork, taxes, and city councils? Write in and let us know.
Yeah,
we can adjust the show accordingly.
We could also talk about the expiry date of milk.
Yep. Maybe it's a sham.
Maybe it's a sham. Yeah. Does it last longer than the day it says?
But this week, just be cautious because we can't tell which way the wind is blowing on that. Yeah. We'll stick with Reddit for now.
Stick with Reddit.
But if people vote the other way,
if our analytics come back and people stick with listening to the episode up until the very point that we start talking about Reddit, you better believe the next episode is Zero Reddit. And we're going to change the episode, the name of the show to Zero Reddit.
Yeah.
Didn't read Reddit. Anyway. All right. But for now, let's go into Reddit on Reddit. By the way, also, disclaimer at the start of the show, I didn't really like a lot of the posts.
Oh, good. So you've now entertained people with a story you admitted was uninteresting.
Yeah.
And now you're just letting them know the rest of the content will also be subpar.
But it's never my fault, though, that the content is subpar.
Right.
Because that's Reddit's fault.
Okay. Oh, yeah, fair
And
enough.
presumably listeners have been on Reddit at some point. So
You've just had an off Reddit
if
day.
anything, they're the problem.
Yeah.
Think about that, listener. Do better.
I would never accuse the listener of anything like that.
Well, that's good.
But all I'm
because
going to
we
say,
need a
Nelson, is, I see what you mean.
okay. Good. All right. Well, here's the first one. This is by Aiden of Housecock. I don't remember writing that. Okay. And this was in the subreddit, I think, white people Twitter.
Okay.
And so the tweeter was Ellie or @holyschnitt. I don't know if I need to credit these people.
Yeah, you're getting into a credit rabbit hole.
Long line of crediting. All right. Anyway, so her tweet was, look, if you're going to invite someone over to watch a movie, you better pick a movie no one gives a shit about. Once a guy picked National Treasure, and guess what we did? Watch the entire movie because it's flame. Guess what we did not do? That's where it ends.
Yeah, okay.
First of all, how is it like a young person's thing to say flame as like a good thing?
Did she say flame or is it the emoji flame?
No, she said flame.
Okay.
And because was just BC, but I got that.
Yeah.
Because I'm hip. Watch
mean,
the entire movie because it's flame.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not the trendiest guys anyway, but I was aware that people use the flame emoji
I'm getting old. Because right now I wouldn't be like, what are these young kids talking about? What's this lingo?
It was the word lit.
Right.
And then that turned into a flame.
Okay. So
makes sense.
Bonfire.
But now it's just been reused as the word flame.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty lit.
Oh,
taking it back.
That's so old. Grandpa.
I know.
Like, let's go to the next one. What? Supernova. Oh, that's so supernova.
That's too nerdy.
A lot of syllables.
And it's too nerdy. People are like, oh, get away, you science nerd.
How about sun? Oh, that's so sun.
That's pretty good.
You can't get more flamey than that. Name a bigger flame, Cabot. I dare you.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Anyway. So have you ever what's your go-to watch a movie when you're really just watching a movie?
I mean, there's a friend of ours actually used to always talk about he went on a date with a girl to the movies.
Yeah.
But she picked the movie The Departed.
Yeah.
And he was so into it that he didn't want to make out.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree. I'm not a movie makeout guy generally, and I know this is more like the Netflix and chill version of this.
Yeah.
But the last movie I made out in, I was pretty young. It was a movie called Red Eye.
Yeah.
Which is like a kind of forgettable thriller movie set on a plane with Rachel McAdams.
Okay,
and even then I was kind of enjoying it, so I was a little annoyed.
Yeah.
But, what would be my go-to chill movie? It really depends how much I want to impress the person, I think.
No, okay.
Because sometimes if you want to impress someone, you want to pick a movie that is cool, but isn't so good that it's going to stop you from doing anything else. You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
Like, you don't want to be picking, I don't know.
You don't want something with somebody like too handsome? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying to think of the worst movie you could pick. You don't want to be picking like Grown Ups 2 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, right. That's fair.
So you wanted to have some credibility to be like, oh, okay, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But you also don't want it to be so good that they're going to be like, well, let's watch it.
Engaged with it too much. Okay.
Like a good mid-ground movie.
Okay, I see what you mean. I will. I was thinking maybe you, if you were wanting to impress them, I thought you were going off. I don't know, some of like different tangent there. But
Okay. Well, what did you think I was
thought
going?
you were going to say like 40-year-old virgin. 'Cause you're like, can you believe this guy hasn't had sex?
Unlike me,
I have.
I have sex all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not all the time though. I'm not like I'm not a slut.
I've certainly had sex several times.
Yeah. No, I made a mistake once, a fatal mistake.
Yeah.
I think it's because I was like, must have been maybe the first time I'd used the line, "Hey, come over and watch a movie."
Yeah.
And it actually worked. So we were deciding on a movie to watch, and I was like, I don't know. At the time, I had my huge DVD rack that I was very proud of.
Yeah.
And I remember settling on. I said, hey, have you seen Dead Poets Society? She's like, no. I was like, great film.
Okay.
Great film. Doesn't really...
Not a hot and heavy kind of movie, is it?
It doesn't really like get you into it so much. And it's so... You're kind of in this weird thing where it's like... Because you need a movie, I think, that you pay attention to a little bit.
Right.
You know, at least.
Yep.
But this one's like... Dead Poets Society, you gotta like focus. Yeah. You gotta know what's going on all the time. Okay? When they say, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," you stand up.
You stand up on the table. You say it back. Yeah. Okay, I think I've got one.
Okay.
And this is a movie that got critical acclaim, so you get the bonus there.
And you say that before you show the movie. Hey, did you know this got critical acclaim?
So, I'm going to pick the movie Sully with Tom Hanks.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because it's got the credentials, right? It was a very well regarded movie.
What was that one?
But-
Can you tell me just quick?
It's about the plane that landed on the Hudson River.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, I didn't see that.
It's also boring enough that you can be like, "This is boring. Let's make out." You know.
Yeah.
It's not so captivating that she needs to be like, "Oh no," but he's going into his second trial about the incident. I can't possibly start making out now. So I think it's a good one where you can be like, "Oh, it's a bit boring. Let's go for it."
Okay.
But it still gives you credentials. She's like, "Well, he's into Sully. That's a
pretty
quality
good.
movie."
That's pretty good. How about, because I'm thinking Tom Hanks movies now.
Sure.
How about
the entire Toy Story trilogy.
Yeah. The Terminal.
The Terminal. I love The Terminal.
It was a good film.
The Terminal is... I've got about 3 or 4 movies that are my sick day movies. So if I'm feeling sick and you want to watch a movie, The Terminal is one of them.
Okay.
Because it's so middle of the road.
Yeah.
Where it's absolutely fine and it's kind of pleasant.
Yeah.
But
it's a bit charming.
You can leave for 20 minutes and walk back.
Yeah.
And pick
and he's still in the Terminal.
Still in the Terminal. Catherine Zeta-Jones, maybe she's back. Who knows? She comes and goes in that movie.
Oh, he's still waiting for his flight. Has he got to the point where he's worked out to pay for burgers yet? I don't know.
I do really like that bit.
Yeah, I know. It's good. And then they hire people. Oh, man.
Of my sick day movies, that's probably the best one.
Okay.
Another one I use, and it might be a good Netflix and chill movie. It's a bad movie, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's called Accepted. And it's got Justin Long and Jonah Hill.
Okay.
Like before they were famous.
Okay,
So, and it's about a guy that starts his own college. And because he wants to impress his parents, so he makes a fake college to pretend he got in.
Yeah.
Then all these bloody people turn up, and he's got to run it. What's he got to do? It's
he
not good.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that might be a turnoff there if you start laughing at jokes that aren't funny.
How funny is Justin Long? I loved when he was the Mac in those ads.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. That's the problem. Like, if you choose somebody too attractive as well, I feel like that's.
But I feel like Tom Hanks also not a threat. Not that he's not a handsome man. He is,
true.
but he's a little older. He's a little more mature. So she's not like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with Sully.
All right. Good. I guess I'll go with The Terminal or Dead Poets Society.
Yeah. Did that work out for you?
You know what? I think it might have.
Yeah.
So-
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah.
I'm going to go deeper. Shawshank Redemption next time. All right, Cabaret, let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Roberto Caggio. Today I learned Korean college students once protested against the amount of air in potato chip packets by building a raft out of them and sailing across a river.
I mean, not a busy workload at that university, is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're not really...
What is your thought on the people that take umbrage with such trivial things? I mean, we know of a guy that wrote into Arnott's one time because the flavor on shapes wasn't as prominent as it used to be or something like that.
Yeah. Wait, who was that?
I mean, I don't want to say their name on air, but it's someone that we
just
both...
one of our friends. Just did it. Is that what happened?
Well, it's more of a work colleague.
Okay, right. Okay.
And he wrote into... Middle-aged man. He wrote into Arnott's one time and said, I don't want anything, just to be clear... But I'm concerned that there's less flavoring on Arnott's shapes now than once there was.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't he go back to the point, like, there's not, at the end of the packet, there's not, like, flavoring at the bottom?
Yeah, or there's just less flavoring. And I think they sent him a couple of packets. And again, he was like, wasn't after this, just to be clear. I can purchase my own shapes. They're very affordable. I'm just raising my concern as a citizen. What is your thought on people that take... Do you think it's sweet that people are invested enough in something like that? Or do you think it's that thing where you're like, what else don't you have on?
Yeah, I know. I think people forget that the best thing you can do when somebody disappoints you with a product is to not buy it. I think there's just a lot of people that are like, I'm not necessarily saying this guy will do it, but, people out there that perhaps don't like, there's so much air in these chip bags.
Sure.
If you stop buying the chip packets, they'll eventually put more chips in it or reduce the bag size or something. Like, there is a lot of sway over people, but if you just continue to buy something that you disagree with...
Here's my thing, is they didn't lie to you. They tell you a grammage on the bag.
That's true.
And you could say, weigh it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, well, it matches what they've advertised. They've never said, bag 99% full. They said, this bag contains this weight of this product. Yeah. And then you open it and you're like, well, I'm unhappy with your packaging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
cool.
True. There is... Yeah, I think there's definitely something to be said about... Because it's a waste of plastic, right?
Yeah.
So there's like an extra layer of like...
But was that what they were protesting?
It's not the disappointment of it, but it's like, but you're wasting... I don't think that's what it's about. I think it was about... They opened up and they're like, what, again? This is the 10th packet this week. I better keep checking.
Yeah, they won't get me next time.
Yeah. And who doesn't like pick it up and instantly know? Surely that's like a test at some point. You just pick bags up and you're like, oh, this one's more full.
And normally they're not so full of air that when you pick it up from the top, it doesn't crinkle in to tell you that is not occupied with potato chip.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless you're always picking packets of chips up from the bottom. Which I think is a weird way. If you're picking it from a shelf, you normally pick it from the top of the packet up. And you should be able to tell no chips in there. Otherwise, you would have had an almighty crunch.
Know how to pick up chips.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying.
It's the takeaway.
Get your chip etiquette down. That's how you should do that. But anyway... Pointless sort of protest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what they had to do this protest? They had to buy a lot of potato chips.
It's similar to when people are protesting like an artist or a band or something like that. So they buy their records to smash them.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Which don't buy the record because then they don't get any money.
Yeah. Wait, can we... Maybe. Wait, just before we say that definitively.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure about what I just said, by the way.
Listeners, that was idiotic, probably. Don't listen to Cambo or anything he says.
No.
But Cambo, here's an idea I've got.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We make a really terrible album.
Yep.
Extremely racist. And also against all religions, even atheism.
Okay, yep.
We're covering
ban every bridge.
100% of people.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Women, don't like them. Men, hate them.
Yep.
Transgender, get out of here. So, and then we release this album, and tons of people buy it and burn it.
Right.
And millionaires overnight.
Yeah, okay.
I
like this as a scheme.
I think you should write all the lyrics and stuff. So something.
Yeah. So you have deniability.
Well, that's not why. I just think you're more creative.
Right.
Between the two of us.
I'm certainly more racist than hateful.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right. Look forward to that album.
Yep.
It's called.
I think it's
Sun.
called. I was going to say it's called Not Everyone's Welcome. And
one's welcome.
Well, the people that are welcome is us.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that are welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome in every sense. Mm-hmm. Into the country, out of the country, into our lives. Like,
it's good.
Yeah.
Can we also make it country music too? Because nobody likes country
music.
music.
Yeah.
And then hopefully all the country music people will be annoyed that we created this album
in their genre.
In their genre.
And on the publicity tool, we're like, just to be clear, all country music is like this.
It's the worst.
We've made a quintessential country music album right here.
Yeah. Actually,
what are you going to do? Buy it and smash it?
Yeah. Although, I think racism, disrespecting of women, pretty country music like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's not that far-fetched.
But then they're normally pretty religious, I think.
Yeah, so not us.
Oh, not this one. Not this one. Okay, here's another one. Gambo,
yep.
I'm going to give you... you can choose A, B, or C.
When in doubt, go C.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you tell me which one to pick?
No, they're all bad. Okay.
Oh, good. It's a Sophie's choice.
This is by Just a Random German.
Okay.
Today I learned there is a disease which causes yeast to grow in your digestive system, producing alcohol, making you drunk all the time.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
That is kind of crazy. Imagine if you were trying to get sober. Like alcohol had destroyed your life.
Yeah.
And then you were diagnosed with this. And even though you hadn't, you'd been like, you've fought your demons.
Yeah.
Right? And you've got over your addiction to alcohol, and then your body's like, nah, just kidding.
You've got this now.
Yeah. I know that you have the willpower to stop drinking.
Yeah.
But your body has decided you're drunk.
But now you're constantly drunk. Yeah, that's true. That would suck. And then it would be so hard, wouldn't it? If you were, so you're like a full-blown alcoholic. But then you've gone to like Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah. You've been rehabilitated.
You've finally built up trust with the daughter you abandoned and the other family members whose money you stole to buy more booze.
Yep.
You landed yourself a job, feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah. Then
bam, yeast infection or disease, yeast disease. Anyway. And then imagine trying to explain that to everybody. Just turning up to work and just being real drunk. And you're like,
oh my God, you're not going to believe it. I didn't even do a drink.
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened. It's just my body.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound real, does it?
Trust me, I didn't drink.
Yeah.
It was this. But saved a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet you a bunch of alcoholics wish they had this. Man, being drunk all the time is really expensive.
But if you get caught on like a night out and you go into work hungover or something like that and you don't want your boss to think that you've been irresponsible, try this out.
Yeah. Give that a go.
Yeah, just lie and say that you have this rare yeast. What was it? Not infection. What was it?
Disease. It's a disease which causes yeast to grow.
Right. So just say you've got this rare disease and it couldn't have been helped, but you've got treatment and you'll be better tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. But also, it might come back.
Yeah.
Always keep that one up your sleeve.
Yeah. Okay. It's incurable.
Yeah. It can be suppressed.
It's treatable, but incurable.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind this because you know what? Sometimes having a light buzz on. If I was just constantly at a light buzz, maybe I'd be in a better mood all the time. I'd be in traffic about, I don't care.
I potentially, I'm in a very dangerous situation, Nelson. Mm-hmm. So the last 8 weeks, I've been eating very clean. And in fact, I haven't even had alcohol for, I reckon, probably about maybe 12 weeks. Maybe even more.
Okay, yep.
But the final weigh-in for this thing I've been doing in happens to be the day before a work event in which all alcohol is provided.
Yeah.
And I am afraid that I will take a sip and collapse. Straight away.
That's true. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I say.
I will do it for the podcast.
Okay. Well, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I'll eat a lot of bread or something.
Yeah. All right, Kevo, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
That song is Pretty Sun.
Pretty Sun. I like it. It's going to catch on. And then, do you reckon the progression from there is people say sun all the time, but let's get the new one. And then they'll be it'll go real meta and they'll be daughter.
They've done the wrong song.
Yeah.
I see. Possibly.
And then it'd be sibling and then dad. And I'm just predicting what future millennial
we want to be about 3 slang words ahead at all times.
yeah, that's right. Okay, so
because now we can be are you still saying flame? Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as soon as
that's cool. It's retro.
As soon as the next person says son, we're already onto daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this is by Engaged Guilty.
Okay.
The true mark of adulthood is when your parents no longer schedule your doctor appointments. So instead, you just don't go and hope you don't die.
Are you a doctor's guy?
No.
I'm really not.
I don't think Australia is in general, to be fair.
See, my partner is. All the time. And then I'll be I don't feel well. And she's go to the doctor. I'm whoa.
Whoa,
don't be crazy. And the thing is, we have good Medicare.
Yeah,
There's no reason that we shouldn't go to the doctor.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, it's true. Well, I think, I think it's a little bit different for females because at a youngish, I want to say 18 onwards, they have to get pap smears.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Get checkups for that. But our, men's, what do you call it?
Finger up the bum.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I was going to say that, but I was no.
Yeah.
It's
prostate
check. Yeah, jeez, God. All I can think of is finger up the bum.
Yeah. That's the headline of that.
Yeah, but we don't have to get that until we're 30 or older. In fact, I was I saw a doctor not that long ago, and they said, you could have prostate cancer, but she's it's so unbelievably unlikely because you're under the age of 30, and I'm only 28, so that's so it must be a real insignificant chance.
What are you going to do with your last 2 years?
Oh, God.
Just tease them. Bet you want to, but you can't. And they're well, we can.
Yeah,
we just don't need to.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, because I think that maybe that's a part to do with it, because I feel I've always heard growing up this idea of, and probably from American television is what I'm guessing.
Sure. Is
you need to go to the doctor for a checkup.
Just for checkup. A general check.
I feel that never happens.
Yeah.
I never do that.
I feel if you did that in Australia and you're I'm just getting a checkup, they'd be what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you in here?
Yeah. I think that's... Do you reckon it is because we have a better healthcare system? I know that sounds like the opposite would be true, but because... We're well, if something bad is going to happen,
we'll go to the doctor and it won't cost us.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But perhaps in a country where Medicare doesn't exist and it's not as good, then you're like, I need to find out early if something's wrong with me. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's true. But then maybe that's just a thing we've seen on TV, but it's not real either.
Yeah.
You know? If you're an American, write in.
Yeah.
And let us know.
Yeah.
Is like regular doctor checkups a thing? I don't know. Aside from pap smears and butthole checks.
Let me tell you, in America, I was traveling with someone a few years ago, and they just felt kind of nauseous and sick, and they were vomiting a little bit, so they went to the doctor.
Yeah.
$900.
Oh, Jesus.
For them to be like, yeah, take these antibiotics.
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it is strange that we perhaps don't go to the doctor more. Because I'm really just like, yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll probably get better.
I always feel like the doctor would tell me that I shouldn't have come.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't need to come to me for this. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. But anyway, get checkups.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, here's another one. This is by Schwartz Sabbath. Childhood is wanting Cyclops' eye beams or Professor X's telepathy. Adulthood is wanting Wolverine's healing powers.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Yeah. It's whoever wanted... Like, everyone always wanted Wolverine stuff all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted his claws
to
come out of my hand. I didn't care about the healing thing. I still don't.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
I always remember, even as a kid, watching the cartoon of X-Men, thinking that Cyclops had the worst one.
Well, I think in my adulthood, I thought he had the coolest one. I remember being like, oh man, so cool to like shoot laser beams out of your eyes. And this was even before I understood the concept of he couldn't turn it off. I was like, why is he always wearing glasses?
What a prick.
It's nighttime and you're inside. Buddy, take them off. But I just thought it was like a cool ability. And then when I grew up, I was like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a terrible idea.
Literally the worst.
What could I possibly do with laser eyes? Like, there is no advantage. I might be able to like weld something or unweld something.
Yeah, but that's not normally the industry nor the hobbies we partake in.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and also,
you like a lot of esports.
Yeah.
Laser eyes isn't going to help.
That's the worst thing you want in esports. Is to laser beam the screen. But also I think the practicality of that is that it would be wildly inaccurate. Like, have you ever just tried to concentrate on a spot? Like, imagine you're trying to weld something, and you have to look at like a line directly straight from top to bottom without moving a muscle in your eye, because otherwise you know, if you got distracted for like half a second, like, oh, what's that? Oh shit! I just laser beamed some guy's leg off.
That's true. Like, it always goes out directly in front, but is it following his pupil?
Yeah.
Because if he darts his eyes to the side, you never see it go out diagonal, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So he could...
Like, if it's following the pupil of his eye...
Because that's what I thought.
And he gets distracted and looks to the side, it would shoot off sideways.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
But that never happens.
Yeah, so maybe he doesn't. So maybe it's just...
Is it always straight ahead?
I always thought that it came out pupils, but now you say that, you're right. It's never come out on a diagonal. Yeah. So it's probably just comes from the eye holes.
Yeah. I have a question about Professor X and his ability to design things.
Yeah.
When Scott Summers came to him and there's like, got laser beams in my eye, I need to take care of it. Yeah. Did he think the most practical thing to do was to strap a huge fucking visor to his head at all times?
Yeah.
Like, now no one will
help.
Yeah.
By the way, I built this machine that makes me like fucking tap into people's minds across the universe. But here's some sunnies.
Yeah.
As an adult, then, what superpower? If it's not Wolverine,
what superpower would I have? That's a good question.
You have to choose specifically an X-Man.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Gambit. Because here's the thing about Gambit.
Wait,
right?
I don't even really know what his power is.
He's got kinetic energy. And he uses
right.
playing cards and he flicks them and he uses kinetic energy.
Yeah.
But he can put the playing cards down and be a normal guy. If he wants.
Yeah. I mean,
so I like that. True. I like the ability to be like, you know what? Not tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
But Rogue, for example, she never turns her powers off. She can't touch anyone.
Yeah. See, that's a bit sucky.
Yeah. Storm would be
Wouldn't
right.
you just But if you were Rogue, and I mean, nobody else has superpowers. It's really shit super. I could be Rogue right now. Wouldn't even know it.
That's true.
Until one day I touch somebody and I can fly. I'm going to go around and start touching people. That should go down well.
Yeah. Everybody gets for the superpowers.
I would have maybe Storm's ability.
Yeah, Storms would be pretty good. I would have Nightcrawlers if I didn't have to have the blue skin.
That's what I was thinking. That was initially what I went with in my head. I was like, that's pretty good.
Is that connected to his mutant power? Or does he look like that and also he happens to be able to teleport?
Is he from like a different universe? He's
a mutant.
Right.
And mutants are just an evolved human.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure whether it's like, I don't know all the storylines. It could be something different there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know enough about X-Men to clearly state.
I want to be the Juggernaut, actually. He's pretty cool. He's just beefy dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
But I bet he doesn't have to work out, is what I'm saying. He's just kind of
always
toned all
huge.
the time.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be. Okay, here's another one. Nope, did that one. Okay. Okay. This is by Gehenna Bob. Sure. The elderly are no longer automatically given respect because the state of modern medicine allows them to get old in spite of a lifetime of bad decision making instead of having survived so long through good decision making. Age no longer equals wisdom.
This is very interesting.
I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
I know this isn't funny at all.
No, but it's a bloody good point.
There was Rowan asked us a question quite a while ago, and I've always still... So, Rowan, great question, because I always still sometimes think about it.
Yeah, me too.
Which was... And he's what was it?
You say it.
Yeah, okay.
I want to take credit. You say it.
Yeah. No, well, I actually don't remember exactly, but it was something along the lines of...
exactly.
Well, then you go. Why are you? We both know you don't know.
Why is this the mountain I've chosen to die on?
Anyway, and he said it was something like, do you believe you've become wiser with age? What do you believe wisdom is?
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like a two-parted thing.
I remember that, yeah.
And I just thought it was really interesting. So wisdom, I think, I've just started to think about it a lot more since getting that question.
Sure.
And so I thought this was brilliant, that actually, wisdom used to be and should have been rewarded because it perhaps made you have better life choices and you would live longer naturally because of those things. But now it's like, well, any old idiot can get old.
Yeah, and some old people are idiots.
Some people are idiots. That's true. I mean, I think there's still a lot of... I still think there is some people that die younger anyway.
Yeah.
Like people that like...
But not...
I think of really ochre Australians that like smoke and like...
drink real heavy.
Drink heavy and stuff.
Have that weird disease.
Yeah, with the yeast infection disease. But you're eventually going to, like no modern medicine can save somebody from, like a pack a day, 2 packs a day smoker.
Yeah.
They will just naturally die earlier than somebody who doesn't. But everything else before that has made people live longer. I just thought it was a very interesting concept.
Yeah, and I tend to think there's the whole notion that the baby boomers are really entitled and that millennials are really narcissistic.
Yeah.
And that's like how the generation thing goes. I don't think it's to do with generations at all. I think it's to do with as you get older, you become more entitled, and as you're younger, you're more narcissistic. Probably because you're younger and better looking, and
Yeah, maybe.
You know what even there was this interesting thing with Time Magazine. Time Magazine a couple of years ago ran a front cover, and it had the millennial on the front cover, and it's a girl with her phone and she's taking selfies or whatever, and it says, the entitled generation. But then they went back 40 years, and they had the generation prior with Generation X or whatever the other one was. And that was called the entitled generation, the narcissistic generation. I just think it's an age thing.
Yeah.
And you've lived long enough, you're like, you know what? I'm entitled to this shit. I've lived this long. I don't think it's a...
Yeah, that's right. I think that whole generational thing, like the next generation is the worst. It's just, it's a stupid fucking thing.
Yeah. Just like, not all baby boomers are entitled complainers.
Yeah.
Just like not all millennials are narcissistic.
Yeah.
What's the one below us?
Because
we're technically millennials. Millennials is born after 1985 and before 1997.
And so it's like, what, there's a one before that and then baby boomers? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, there's something in between.
It's like X or Y
or
Z.
It's some letter.
It's one of those ones.
I think it's X.
Yes. I just hit a button by accident. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to do one last shower thought for you. This one, I just want to complain about.
Oh, you're good.
This is by Lesai to the sequel. People are used to saying 12-year-old virgin as an insult online, but that's exactly what a 12-year-old child growing up in a healthy environment is supposed to be.
Yeah. What's your...
You want to know my gripe?
Yep.
Okay. This post had about 9,000 upvotes.
Sure.
Pretty decent.
Yep.
No, it's not crazy.
A lot of karma.
It's pretty decent. It's good karma.
Yeah.
And I thought... And I think that this sort of insult is in the gamer world a little bit more.
Sure.
I want to say.
Yeah.
I'd say I might see it more than you do.
Yeah.
Kind of just
as a guy that read comics, no one ever calls us virgins to take that much.
Yeah. But my first thought was 12-year-old virgin. People are called 12-year-olds online because they're immature.
Yeah.
And people are called virgins online because, haha, you haven't had sex.
Yeah.
But
that is pretty funny.
But I've never heard somebody called a 12-year-old virgin. I've never heard somebody like, you bloody 12-year-old virgin. Never heard that before in my life. So I'm like, I'm going to click on the comments and just see, what am I missing? Who's been saying all this? And I click on it, and the top 4 comments on this way that have been upvoted themselves,
most,
but like 2,000 votes, 1,000 votes, like a decent amount. They're all like, what do you mean 12-year-old virgin? Nobody ever says that. So Reddit just confuses the hell out of me because it's got upvoted so many times, but then
seemingly everyone disagrees with it.
But everyone just disagrees with it. Like, this is not actually a thing. Nobody ever says 12-year-old virgin.
Do you think people are just upvoting and be like, look at this fucking idiot?
Mate, I don't know.
Because they know an upvote will make it more visible.
I'm like, I want to downvote this. I mean, I don't because I don't. I'm like, oh, great, you were on 9,000 now. You're on 8,999. How do you like that? But it just, I don't know. It confuses me. It annoys me. I hate Reddit.
That's why next week, no Reddit. No Reddit. Zero Reddit.
No Reddit next week. All right, Kevin, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is very stupid. This is by One Big Tomato. You have 24 hours to eat every piece of a board game. You get $100 for every piece you eat, but only if you finish them all and within the allotted time. What game do you choose?
I mean, the easy go-to, both because it's popular, we talk about it a lot on this podcast, and it has a lot of paper, is Monopoly.
Yeah.
Because paper is pretty easy to eat.
Yeah, that's
And you've
true.
got quite a few pieces of paper in that game. So even if you just ate the bank, You're still doing all right.
No, because it says you have to eat all the pieces.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I thought the exact same thing. This person has listened to our podcast before I said God.
Yeah.
I was looking for the loophole. I can't find it.
It's airtight.
They've done it. They've bloody done it. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, I could get away with a bit of paper, or like I could eat a few plastic pieces.
Yeah,
but Monopoly, God, that's a lot of plastic.
I could eat a couple of houses, hotels though.
Yeah, hotel. Oh, the hotels will get you. Yeah, for sure.
In the game and eating, and they'll get you.
And depending what Monopoly version you got, like you wouldn't want the metallic pieces version. I feel like that would really sit in the stomach.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You would need to pay for the medical bill on top of that to get rid of it all.
What about something like a card-based board game?
Yeah, like Uno.
But like that doesn't have a board.
Yeah.
What is Magic the Gathering?
No, good try. Also doesn't have a board.
What if you
but
made
I like
a
where
board?
you had heads out.
Yeah.
Because also in Magic the Gathering, you can have as many or as few cards as you like.
Okay, what was that? We played a board game one time about property and hay and stuff.
Settlers of Catan.
I reckon I could eat that.
Yeah. That's
just a bunch of cardboard.
Yeah. There's a few plastic pieces, but
here or there.
Or I think some of them are a little bit bigger. You know what? Even some of the pieces wood. I want to say.
Are they?
I know the pieces are definitely plastic, but I think there's like the roads and the houses. I have a feeling like they were wooden, but maybe that's dumb. It's probably plastic. But I feel like I'd be more comfortable eating wood. Is what I'm saying.
It's natural.
Yeah, it's natural. It's good for you, if anything. But
this is a real stumper of a question.
I know. It's like you feel like you'd be able to get away with it easy enough.
I wonder.
Okay, how about Trouble? Remember the game Trouble? Where you got like there's like little kind of squarish pieces that you go around the board, and it's got a little poppy dice bubble thing in the middle. It's got 2 dice.
Yep.
So you got 2 dice, and then maybe like I reckon 20 smallish plastic pieces.
Yeah, I think you could, because you get paid per thing you eat, right?
$100. See, it's not even that much.
No, but, okay, this is a good one. It does involve some plastic eating.
Yeah.
Maybe around the same. I reckon about 20.
Okay.
Trivial Pursuit. Because it's mainly card, because you're answering questions.
Yeah.
And the board itself cardboard.
Yeah.
But you do just have the little plastic wedges.
Yeah.
And a circle disc, I guess.
And the circle disc, yeah. We just eat that as one, I guess.
Yeah. As a
like
pie.
You fill up
as a pie.
Yeah. Chuck some sauce in that bad boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Trivial Pursuit, because also think of that knowledge you'll have by the end.
Yes.
You consume the knowledge.
Yeah. How about chess?
No.
It's a really bad one, actually.
Especially if it's one of those like glass sets.
Yeah. I could make one from like potato.
What about McDonald's Monopoly? Is that a loophole? That's what it's paper, baby.
It's pretty good. I will allow it.
Yes! We've done it! Because then also we can get McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. You can wash down
that paper
with some fries. Greasy fries. Good.
We've done it. Loophole. We found one.
You know, Cluedo wouldn't be that bad either. Kind of like Trivial Pursuit. There's like a little bit of plastic, but mainly cards. Anyway, okay, let's stop talking about it. It's a stupid question. I can't believe we spoke about this for so long in the first place.
Listener, what board game would you eat?
What would you? Okay, here's another one. Okay, this is by James 1011. James 1011.
Okay, cool. Pretty by the numbers, but I'll let it.
Yeah. I bet you created the username James1011 and then forgot the password and the email address, and then was like, "Well, I guess I'll just create another account." Anyway, okay.
But the bet is his password is also James011.
Yeah. Somebody try that out. Okay. Other than doing the homework while other than doing homework while the teacher is collecting it, what's an extreme sport?
I mean, I infer that they mean like a very pedestrian extreme sport.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they like want you to say like snowboarding.
Yeah, yeah. Or skydiving.
Yeah, I mean, that's extreme.
That's as extreme as it gets.
You can die doing your homework. That's barely extreme.
I mean, texting while driving, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because not only do you endanger you, but others. That's pretty extreme.
Yeah. Also, extra points if you're angrily texting. But okay, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think when I say this from a bad experience, cooking, but then going to do something real quick.
Oh, right. So say you've got something on the stove and you're missing an ingredient, and we have a shop downstairs.
Yeah. I have done that before, actually. Yeah. That wasn't too bad. We're so close. I was like, I'll just put this on a lower heat. And then came back. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, I'll give you the exact example. I had some rice on.
Sure.
And then...
Oh, that takes forever.
And then...
You've been gone for a week.
I put it on, and then I was on the computer, and some friends were like, hey... want to play a game? I was like, sure, I've got time. And then, I knew I had the rice on, and I said, okay, guys, when I die, remind me to check the rice. I've got some rice on, right? I knew that it'd be fine. I play this game, right? The game that I play, you die all the time. This game, I was having a great game.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Like, literally one of the few times. And because then... Okay, so then what happened was I'm so, like, fixated on my computer. I was in... the house that I was in at the time, it was the single-bed apartment I was in.
Yeah.
So... the kitchen and where I had my computer literally, like, right next to each other. Yeah, open plan. But I was just so fixated on the computer that not until the fire alarm started going off was I like, oh shit, the rice.
I tell you what, fire alarm on rice.
Yeah.
That's a while.
Yeah, exactly. He has to like, evaporate all moisture,
all of the water,
and then start burning the rice for that. And
you can microwave rice for quite a while before it burns, let alone just on a stove with a little bit of flame.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think it was necessarily on a high heat as well. And then it was just funny because my friends just heard me like, oh shit, and drop the mic, and then I came back later. And then he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, you were meant to be reminded of the rice. It's like, worst game ever to not go, took like 30 minutes without a death. God, it's very annoying.
I have another one just quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme sport. This isn't dangerous physically, but it will get your exhilaration going.
Yeah.
If you sleep in the nude, right, and you get up in the morning and you have to go to the bathroom, don't pop them pants. Just risk it.
Okay. Yeah.
Check out. Look,
good.
Duck out at the door.
So far,
run to the bathroom.
I haven't seen you naked running
but,
out, so it's paid off so far.
Don't you get a little rush of exhilaration being naked in a public area for? You're like, oh no, it's on me. All right, I'm good.
Anybody who can catch me, this is crazy.
You're just standing there for minutes, being like, anyone could catch me.
Actually, this is one that I quite enjoy. As
the mini nudie streak.
But it was similar sort of thing. Getting up in the middle of the night and going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I like to, because I don't want to turn on the light.
Yeah.
Because then I'll be like way too awake.
Yeah.
So I pee in the darkness.
Sure.
That's exhilarating.
Yeah. Have you ever had
almost wakes me up because of the exhilaration. Because I'm like,
the irony.
Because first you kind of like, look, if I can aim for the water immediately, and I'm just constantly hearing the sound of hitting water.
If you're hearing splash all the time, you're golden.
I'm fine. But then like the second that you just waver just a tiny bit and you're hitting the side and you're like, what? And then you might not know whether you need to go like left, right, up or down. Because any way could go a little bit further. So then you risk, okay, I'm gonna sit on this spot. I know I'm not hitting the water, but I could get the wrong direction. So I'll just keep peeing and hope to God that you're not like pissing on the side of the
better
bowl.
The devil you know than the devil you don't.
Exactly.
Right.
So
that's good. Yeah, I like that.
I encourage everybody to do that. I think.
Yeah.
If you're a male, it's probably a bit harder. If you're a female,
yeah.
I mean, you can still try it.
Your aim's pretty straight, I imagine. If you're female.
I don't know actually. Like if you like stood up with like one leg over each side, does it just go straight down? I don't know. What's it like to have a vagina?
Is it like Cyclops' eye?
If you wink, does it go a different direction? Anyway, okay. That's ridiculous. All right, that's it. Let's go to our series of 36 questions. Cambo.
Yep.
We've gone through, we found a study online, and it was a series of 36 questions. And during this this study, oh my God, I don't know why, but this week I'm really put off by that. But keep going, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
It was just so good, it was
No,
putting
thanks.
me off a lot. I lost my train of thought. Okay, keep going. So, on this study, we found a series of 36 questions, and if you answered them with a partner, you'd end up falling in love with them. We did that, and you guys ended up falling in love with us. But then we found another study, in the same study, another set of questions to get you to like us. So up to question 33. Oh, God. So bad.
Do people like that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I hate it.
I'm not that keen on it either. There you go.
But we've only got 3 more questions to go.
We'll
so
stick
we
with
may as well. Okay. So, question 33. Do you think left-handed people are more creative than right-handed people?
I mean, that's always been the speculation, has it not?
I don't know. This is the first time I've heard about it, honestly.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah,
I'd heard that before, and there's this list of all these creative people that were left-handed.
I'm sure there's more.
Whoa, this
people
is
that
my
are
thing.
right-handed.
This has always been my thing. I'm like, that's impressive, but I reckon if you did all the people that were right-handed,
You did the numbers.
it would way outweigh that.
That is so ridiculous.
And then there's always, you can always throw the old Hitler was left-handed at them as well. Just really mess them up.
Yeah, they're Nazis.
Yeah.
I agree with that. All left-handed people are an abomination.
Yep.
And
Unless you listen to this show, then you're all right.
then start using your right hand.
Yeah. We demand it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I guess I can see the idea because it's like there's a left brain and right brain thing.
Yeah.
And so like the left side of your brain is meant to control the right side of your body, I think is sort of how it works. So maybe your right hemisphere is meant to be more creative, so then you're left-handed. But I'm right-handed, but left-footed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's going on inside your body?
I'm a perfect balance.
You're adequately creative.
Yeah. I'm not that great, but I'm okay.
Yeah. You're not nothing.
I'm not nothing. I'm not a right-hander, that's for sure.
I mean, you are. You're not right.
Well, yeah, I'm not right-footed.
You're not completely right.
Yeah. Alrighty. That was it.
Cool. Yeah, that's our opinion. Not really.
Not
is the
really.
answer.
But now let's get into everybody's favorite segment.
Boom.
Is it? I don't know. It's the Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can ask us anything you want. What do you got?
Well, there's a listener just like Tom has written in. And he said, "Hey guys, recently discovered the show, and I've been listening to a lot more podcasts lately. Apart from your own, what other podcasts are you listening to a lot lately? And is there a podcast you listen to that might surprise people?"
Okay.
This is just for you. I'm not answering.
Doug?
Yes.
What podcast do I listen to? I listen to... today I was listening to Harmontown.
Yep.
It's Dan Harmon's podcast.
Yes.
It's really interesting. Dan Harmon is a psychopath.
I like Dan Harmon more before that podcast, I think, because now I'm like, you're kind of an asshole. Well, and I still think he's a great writer.
Yeah. No, I think he's just totally insane a little bit. I actually went through, I did the same sort of thing. I was like, wow, brilliant guy. He's done some cool stuff. And then I listened to it. I was like, oh my God, this guy is crazy. But then I was like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. And I actually, it was this weird thing where I kind of lost respect for him, but then I just kept listening for some reason. And now I'm like, oh no, I actually like him a lot more. He's very genuine on the podcast.
Yeah.
He just talks about like because I think initially you think, this like rich guy is talking about his problems. And it's kind of still that regardless. But it's just more, it just humanizes him a lot more, I think. And you're kind of like, oh, you have problems like everybody else kind of thing. But it's not always about his problems. Like they do try to genuinely do entertaining things. They'll sometimes try to do little sketches and things just on the fly, improv sketches. And I find that pretty entertaining.
Yeah, okay.
So
you listen to a lot of that. Is there a podcast that you listen to that people might not expect?
Probably not. Well, I also listen to Escape This Podcast with friends of the show, Bill and Danny. Mm-hmm. And I mean, people would, if they've listened to our show enough, would know that I listen to that. Yeah. But I think it's not obviously a super popular one. It's not as common. Yeah. Well, I think they're doing really well for themselves.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better than them.
Yeah.
They went to Sweden or somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Denmark, I don't know. Somewhere better than here.
They got a Patreon going on. And they said, we'll put your name in a hat and then you can be like an NPC for that episode. I was like, wow, they've got enough people. They can put names in a hat.
Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty good. Lately I've been on a real binge of How Did This Get Made?
Oh, yeah.
Which is a podcast about terrible movies.
Yeah.
The last episode I listened to, I would highly recommend it, is all about the movie The Meg. Really, really funny. It's got Paul Scheer, who you might know from, he's in Parks and Rec and whatnot, as well as Jason Mantzoukas, also in Parks and Rec, and in Brooklyn Nine-Nine sometimes. Jason Mantzoukas. He is like a Middle Eastern dude, very loud and yells a lot.
Oh yeah, I do know who you mean. Yeah.
And very, very funny.
He dates Rosa, just by the way, for all the people who looking at Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
And I would recommend any episode they do about the Fast and the Furious movies are really good. They always get Adam Scott, also from Parks and Rec, is on it, and he was on the episode about the Meg. Okay. Or their episode about Crocodile Dundee 3, where they interview the screenwriter of Crocodile Dundee 3.
Yeah.
Also really good.
You told me, how that was a really good one.
Yeah. You will lose a lot of respect for Paul Morgan. That's a really good podcast.
Really? I have so much respect for that.
I love the way he dodged all those taxes. A podcast that you might not expect. I listened to this podcast called Trust and Believe.
Okay.
It's hosted by Sean T, who is, for people that don't know, he's like a personal trainer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Very cheesy, very American, and...
Is it like a self-help podcast thing?
Yeah, it's more just like
I don't like the word self-help, but...
It's like inspiration porn.
Right, yeah. Okay.
It's just him for like 20 minutes being like, you know what? You are good enough. I believe in you. Then it's like really cheesy piano music and stuff.
Right, okay.
But I listen to it.
Yeah, okay. That is definitely unexpected.
Yeah.
I thought you... Like, I like the idea of... Because I occasionally listen to some self-help book things. Yeah. Very occasionally. But that seems like a little bit more crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's fine. You do you.
Yeah. I will.
You weirdo.
Oh.
Gotcha. Don't worry. You'll listen to the podcast tomorrow and he'll tell you you're great.
Yeah. You tell me to trust and believe.
Yeah. Do you know what podcast I want to listen to is My Dad Wrote a Porno?
Yes.
I've heard that's hilarious.
I've listened to it a little bit of that. It is funny.
And there's a podcast with Vince Gilligan, I think. Yeah.
The creator of Breaking Bad.
The creator of Breaking Bad. And they do a podcast every week after Better Call Saul episodes are released.
Yeah, okay.
And I've heard it's really interesting. It's just like a really cool.
I should watch that
little
show.
bit of it's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be crap, but after you get into it, it's really good. I think it is actually up to the caliber of Breaking Bad. It's not as always intense.
Yeah.
But it's still like great writing.
Yeah, and to think like. Actually,
I think a new season's out.
You pull off a Breaking Bad, which is an incredible feat.
Yeah.
And then you follow up with something as good.
Still good. Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. He gets a lot of emotion, I think, for sure. I honestly can't even think. I love Joss Whedon. I don't even think Joss Whedon stuff does the same extent that I feel like Vince Gilligan's.
And especially when
only his two shows. I don't know if he's done anything else. I'm literally only basing this on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
I can't speak to Better Call Saul so much, but it's always interesting when you hear them talk about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And they're like, did you guys plan it? And they're like, no.
Yeah, I know.
No, just winged it.
I know.
You winged Breaking Bad.
yeah. Like,
that is crazy.
Like, fuck you. I remember hearing they talk about, you might have even told me about this, I think, but in the last season of Breaking Bad, I think the very first episode, Walter opens the boot of his car, and there's a machine gun
Big
in there.
30 cal machine gun.
Yeah. And they had no idea what that was going to come to.
No.
They just wanted that to be the opening scene, and then they just filled it in later.
And then it fits in, and it's fucking organic.
And you're like, this is perfect.
This makes perfect sense.
This is right. Oh, God. Anyway, so crazy.
Anyway, that's our love letter to Vince Gilligan.
We had a bit of a weird tangent, but I like it. Okay, we've got another question here. Guess who it's by, Cambo?
Cousin Rowan, who's
wrong?
Cousin? We don't know.
It's by Cousin Rowan.
Okay.
Anyway, he says, gentlemen, well, I'm $50 poorer after donating to the Royal Women's and Children's Hospital with the achievement of your 100th episode.
Bloody well done, mate.
Oh, thank you.
Well done, Rowan.
We appreciate it. That's really nice. That's
a
really nice thing you've done. I actually forgot about it, honestly. If you didn't donate that, I would have been like, oh. Although I remember the first time he donated the $50 for our first 50 episodes, and he donated it to Guide Dogs Australia.
He did,
and he didn't, and he sent through a screenshot of the thank you.
Right. So what you're saying is
he hasn't done it this
it's
time.
not that you don't believe him, but it's just less
but where's
proof.
the proof? yeah. I mean, look, if he had, if the first time he hadn't sent anything through, I would have believed him. But now, this second time, he hasn't sent something through?
Is there a show?
That's more suspicious.
Is there a show in which a man has done something great? Like, for no particular reason other than he appreciates the show and is a charitable guy, decided to give $50 to a charity. And
It's not even that he's decided to give it to us.
Yeah, sure, bozo.
You thief. You've basically stolen from charity when you promise to give $50 and don't prove it.
And Rowan, don't send in a receipt now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already called you out on it, buddy. So there's no point trying to prove that you've done it. You'll probably just ask for a refund afterwards anyway.
Other listeners, if you could write in and tell us if you think Rowan donated to charity or not, I would love to get a poll. Just really vibe what people are feeling about this.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
Does Rowan's wife listen?
I don't
I can imagine him being like, oh, look, I'm on the show this week. You know, it was really my thing, and I did a charity thing. And then she hears it, and she's like, why do you listen?
I checked the bank account. We don't have $50 missing. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no, I got cash out. Oh, really? Anyway. Oh, God. Okay. Listening to all of them has given me a good laugh every week for nearly 2 years.
Until now. We insulted him for like 2 minutes straight.
We'll turn it off and never go back.
I'll miss Rowan.
For nearly 2 years, but I can't help but think I could have used the time better. Okay.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong there.
Fair enough.
You could have gone on Reddit yourself.
Yeah, so much easier.
It is, isn't it?
But
we spend like an hour and a half going over 5 posts.
Yeah.
That is not time efficient.
Oh, God. But thank you. That's actually really nice. It's a really nice thing you've done to donate to the charities that we suggested. And also that, you said that we make you laugh every week. That's really awesome.
Yeah, it's
Thank
very
you
sweet.
for saying that. I'm sorry about what I said. What I said. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's get on to the question. I was at a conference in Melbourne last week.
I didn't even say hi.
And now oh, God, this guy. Thin ice, let me tell you. And there was some discussion on phone addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think AMA 53.0? I should point that out. 53 questions he's written. That's amazing. Yeah. Do you think you overuse your phone?
Yes, I think mine is a little skewed because for work, I use it a lot. But you know what I find now is because at work, I am on my phone so much and I'm on social media so much that when I'm not at work, way less.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. Because I think, what do you really call overusing your phone? I think is my problem with it. I think it's interesting that Rowan didn't say, does he think we're addicted to our phones? Because I would think not. For me, I think it's a really useful tool, and I'm not going to not use it because somebody thinks that I've got phone addiction. Yeah. Like, it's unbelievable. It's fucking amazing what a phone can do, right? Like, and I think it can just be misconstrued sometimes, right? But yeah, I mean, what do you call overusing, or what do you call phone addiction? Because to me, okay, if I'm using my phone and at some point, like say I am scrolling through Reddit, for example, I do that quite often. Is it overusing my phone because if I wasn't using my phone, I'd be watching TV instead? Right. You know, it's like and that's why I think phone addiction is kind of a stupid concept, right? Because you say, oh, well, you're addicted to your phone. We're like, well, maybe I'm just addicted to media, right? Like, I would accept that way more than saying I'm addicted to my phone, or that I overuse my phone. Like, I don't think I use my phone heaps, but that's just because I consume media through TV or my computer when I'm playing computer games, or my PlayStation. I guess also through the TV. But should I be reading books more, and then I can claim that I'm not overusing my phone, or I don't have a phone?
You know what I think it is?
What is the other hand?
I don't think it's addiction to the phone, but it's addiction to screens.
Yeah. But then, again, it's like, am I meant to, in calling it not an addiction, am I meant to say that if I gave that up, am I meant to be doing something that benefits my life?
Yeah, I think it would be going outside and taking a hike, or like you said, reading a book. Or I think that is perceived as the better, healthier thing to do.
Yeah, but like, okay. So taking a hike, sure, that's good health benefits. Yeah.
I didn't mention reading a book while doing sit-ups.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, good. Well, yeah, because I was going to say, okay, because reading a book is considered that's better for you in some weird way. But is it really?
I think it's mentally more stimulating.
Is it though?
Yeah, because I think it is. Like, I think your brain works harder to read the words, decipher the sentence and their meaning than if it's just being visually represented to you.
But what does that mean, though? You know, what benefit is that? That it's like, oh, it's more stimulating, but what does that mean actually?
Like, if your brain is more active, I'm speculating.
By the way, yeah.
I'd imagine if your brain is more active when it comes to thinking things through, I feel like you would be firing at a higher rate because you're using your brain more, than if you're just, laying. If you're laying on the couch watching TV or whatever, I think your brain does slow.
Yeah,
but if you're reading and you're actually, your brain is active and it is active more than it's not. Like a body, it will become better and faster at processing things. And
okay, yeah. I mean, because I see it as like it's being more active, but for the purpose of just reading.
Yeah,
what's on the page a little bit.
I would consider it like...
I sort of understand that.
You go to the gym a little bit every day to improve your body, and your body gets stronger and faster and whatnot. I think your brain, if you're stimulating in that way more often than... I guess watching TV would be, gorging on potato chips or whatever, even though they're mainly full of air. I'm being honest with you.
Air chips, am I right?
But if you balance them, then your brain should be more active and faster and better at processing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think there's like I just think it's a strange concept because let's go something less controversial. Just going on the hike, right?
Sure.
Ignoring the book.
Yeah.
It's like, well, does that mean I should always be hiking?
Yeah.
I should I'm either sleeping
or
hiking, working, cooking and eating, or going to the bathroom. It's like, what? Surely just hiking the whole time doesn't seem that possible. And then it's like, well, if I'm hiking, but I'm listening to music on my phone, is that counterproductive? Because like,
no, I think that's okay because you're not looking and interacting with your screen the whole time.
Yeah. But it's like I go to the gym and stuff, so isn't that my hiking a little bit? But then I still use my phone a lot.
At the gym?
No, not at the gym. I'm just saying like in general.
Yeah.
So is it... Am I still overusing my phone? Because I am at some points doing that hiking thing.
Yeah.
Theoretically. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand the concept of what really is overusing your phone, because you can't always be doing something to, like, improve and better yourself. I feel, there's this, like...
Here's what you got to do. You got to think back, in the 40s and in the 50s, and media and screens weren't as readily available.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Yeah.
Hoop on a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoop and a stick. Running down the street with a hoop and a stick.
And I bet you there'll be like, oh, bloody kids these days overusing that hoop and the stick. Tell you what, they're addicted to it, I said. I mean, I don't know. I think there's something like that.
And I think the opposite.
Okay.
I don't remember what your point was.
I don't really.
I just wanted some controversy.
I don't think I really have a point. Honestly.
Oh, well, you took a long time not to have a point.
Yeah. I'm kind of just saying, like, I don't really know the exact definition of overusing a phone.
Let me summarize this last AMA. You insulted Rowan for minutes on end, and then took a long time not to answer his question.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, my answer is no. I don't think I overuse my phone.
I think I do.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Told you I think the opposite.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Well, that's it for another episode.
This one feels long. Was it long?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty long. We're touching 16 minutes. An hour, 16 minutes. I feel that the hour is standard. You know.
Right.
Right. So, anyway, thank you for listening. For one, that was great. Great that you got through this. Mm-hmm. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us on Facebook, at Twitter, and on our subreddit. And not to put any pressure on you, but our Reddit podcast account is almost at 1,000 karma. So
bloody hell.
I just use it for my personal stuff. Just by the way, you should know. In general, I've got like some weird like Excel questions that I've asked online.
Why is this Reddit podcast wanting to know about Excel spreadsheets?
Yeah. But also, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribed to us on whatever podcasting app you're listening to us right now.
Yep.
And give us a thumbs up and a rate and something like that.
Yep. Give us a review.
Or
tell a friend.
Or donate to charity. You don't have to because nobody else does somewhere.
Kicking my eyes down.
Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. And we will read you later.